Hello, Voices from the Bench community. John Wilson here, and I wanted to share some news about the evolution of the Programill lineup. Most importantly, Ivoclar's new Programill 7. What stands out right away is the reduced air consumption this mill requires, but what you'll notice first is that impressive new touchscreen. For us, the biggest advantage has been increased spindle power. You know, my laboratory's known for these larger cases with complex geometries, and I can tell you that extra power really makes a difference. Next time you see your Ivoclar representative, be sure to ask about the Programill 7 and tell them John Wilson sent you. Thank you.
All right, Barb, we've officially made it to Mallorca for exocad Insights.
Yes, I know. Somehow, we're going to power through it, Elvis.
I know, it's tough. But as promised, I finally tracked him down.
Felix,
how are you?
I'm great. Hey, guys, I'm really happy to finally connect.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you're here as an exocad dealer. What is your take on the meeting so far?
Honestly, it's been great. Great turnout, a lot of familiar faces. Always nice to see what exocad is working on.
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
We're very excited to bring this new features to our customers.
Is there something that stood out to you?
Well, one for sure is the exocad hub. It's a new cloud-based service, and also really excited to see that the AI services are now on the DentalDB.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
We're still digging into the details, but as you can tell, there's a lot of things that are still need to be worked on. We'll definitely use it in our own milling center when it's ready.
Nice. That's really great. It sounds like a common rollout strategy for Imagine. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. Any of these new products that come out, especially from exocad, we like to use them in our own production facility before we release them. Then for our support team, it's much easier to support our customers. And for ourselves to use those features as well, it's very beneficial to them.
You know, that totally makes sense. So for you, what's the real value of being here? Other than the beach being across the street.
Other than being in Mallorca, of course.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's great to see everyone in person, especially our partners.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really usually get to have conversations with them, so it's good to see them without, the email or video calls.
Oh, for sure.
So Elvis and I totally agree. We do love face-to-face. Love these meetings.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to take a step back for a minute, see what's going on, and not just do the day-to-day stuff that you do at work.
Yeah, plus it's not too bad of a place to do it in.
Yeah, not bad at all.
All right, let's get back to it.
All right, man. It's good to see you, Felix. I'm really looking forward to getting you on our full episode interview here.
1
in the next
hour,
coming
1
weeks.
hour.
Yep. Appreciate it, guys. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Thank you. Enjoy Mallorca.
Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Greetings and welcome to episode 425 of Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis.
And my name's Barbara. What's up?
What's happening, Barb? Did you just say you were at the beach earlier?
No, I said I was at the pool. It's we always talk about weather on this podcast, so it's like 90. It's in Florida, not a cloud in the sky, at the pool, chilling out. Went for a run, and now I'm talking to you. How are you?
Yep. Rained all day. I did not even get a chance to go for a run. Still might do it, but it's Indiana for you, so.
Right on, and we're back from Spain, which was spectacular.
That was the hardest, what am I trying to say? The hardest.
Return back.
Acclimating back to this time zone.
Yeah, that
I've ever done. Even when we went to Spain 2 years ago, or we went to Germany last year, I was able to bounce back. I guess I'm now officially old. I don't know.
I went to work. I got back Wednesday, went to work Thursday, Friday, and it didn't hit me until Monday, and then Monday it kicked my ass, so I get it.
Yeah, it's rough. But you know what? No stopping for us, because we are right back at it here in a couple weeks, heading to the Florida Dental Lab Association Symposium in Orlando, June 5th to the 6th. Let's make sure you have that good weather for me when I show up. Not like
I'll try this
last time
time.
there.
I know.
Yeah, please. Make a deal. Do what you have to do. Special dance. I don't know what you guys are doing there.
I can do it, man.
Yeah, we want to thank the good people at GPS Digital RPD. You know, that's that lab that makes those amazing print frameworks. And in the past, I've done some really, really cool metal keychains for the podcast.
No, I love those.
Absolutely. Josh has been on a few times to
Yep.
talk about all those crazy things he's doing. So, yeah, GPS Digital RPD. Make sure you come see us at their booth and check out how they can help you with your framework needs. But this week, we are still talking to people we had a chance to meet at the DLAT, or the Dental Lab Association of Texas meeting. And let me tell you, this episode is jam-packed with 5 people and 3 different conversations. It's crazy when we get this many people on
I
an
love
episode. First up is Tony Aliatim from Access Dental Milling, talking about how he got into dental, their mills, their new plug-and-play abutments, and how they're using AI to improve efficiencies.
And then we talked to people behind Garland Dental Services, the CEO, Rebekah Serrago. She grew up in her father's equipment repair company, and using her marketing skills, eventually went into the business and started doing more than just repairs, and it exploded. Also joining the conversation is Chris Wilson, who joined Garland Dental Services and talks about the benefits of purchasing equipment from the same company that can repair and maintain them.
And then we wrap up the episode with Antoine Coppens from Relu AI that got into the business in a very interesting way. He talks about starting the company and how AI can help with more than just designs. Don't believe him? Because we also talked to Christian Saurman, who owns a large ortho lab called New England Ortho Lab.
Nice.
He talks about building his own LMS and using Relu to automate repeatable steps that has allowed him to reallocate resources. So join us as we chat with Tony, Rebekah, Chris, Antoine, and Christian. Voices from the bench. The interview.
I went out and bought a $700 microphone.
Antoine.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
How do you
You
pronounce
can call
your
me
last
Tony.
name?
Aliatim.
Aliatim?
Yeah, it works.
Aliatim.
From Versamill.
From Versamill. So the company's name is Access Dental. I don't know, it's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Access Dental.
I know Access. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
Access. So our main.
This is the introduction, by the way. We've just done
Yes, we're
Oh.
at the DLAT meeting. Uh-oh, we did bring somebody over. Let's get on.
This is my coworker Marcus.
Hi.
it. Marcus, you joining us? You've been announced.
Okay. Well, we're starting. All
He can
right.
be the Q&A.
Yeah, so you were just telling us about your company.
Yeah, so,
So-
I'm with. Go ahead.
No, yeah. Tell us about Access.
Sure. So you want the full story,
Yeah.
or do you want like the?
Okay, let's start here. How
Yeah.
did you end up with Access?
That's a great
Okay.
Can you
question.
move your
question.
microphone just down a little bit?
Of course. How's this?
There you
check,
go.
check, 1, 2.
Perfect, yeah.
So I actually was recruited to Access. So I studied engineering at Michigan. I'm originally from the Michigan area.
Detroit.
Heck, are you from Detroit
Yes.
too? Let's go. Let's
Love
go.
it.
Go Blue. We just won the national
Yes, I know,
championship in basketball.
I'll
Yep.
take your word for it.
Yeah, super exciting time for us in
I
our area
know.
at least.
Yeah. So you went to school for engineering.
I did.
No dental.
Biomedical engineering, so medical engineering, right? So I guess I learned high level the entire body. Now, granted, at school we didn't really focus on teeth at all.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know teeth.
Was it like half a chapter or something?
I don't even know if they had a line.
Probably. Yeah.
It would have
Probably
just
not.
said, it said, this is the head.
Yeah.
okay.
This is the brain. Move
Yep,
on.
Yep.
Yeah, so when I didn't know that this whole industry even existed until I got to Access. So when I left college, when I graduated from college, I got a job in 3D printing and CT scanning and converting essentially MRI CT scans to 3D models for surgeons to practice complex surgeries on.
Shut up, really?
That's
so they would do
incredibly-
a CT scan of a body.
Yes, usually
you-
MRI.
MRI,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you would print it.
Exactly. So they had this software. So the way that it works is a CT scan and MRI is just stacked images,
Yep.
stacked JPEGs, right?
Yep.
So you can use the grayscale and segment out certain
Yep.
areas of it. And then once
Yep.
you do that, you convert it to a 3D model. And then you can just
Wow.
print it
You
normally,
use
right?
STLs in that format too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
just like us.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I do the same thing doing surgical guides.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Same
So
same
what body
concept.
parts were you printing?
I was in their cardiovascular team, so we worked a lot with like children's hearts.
Wow.
And so it'd be like these really obscure diseases you only see a couple times a year, and the surgeons never practice or done anything with it. They write about it in a textbook, right? So we come
That's
in,
incredible.
we can provide them the model, and then that's where
A model of the heart?
practice.
of the heart, right? And then they practice the surgery.
So when you print it,
Wow.
I'm just thinking like we print hard models.
No, we're printing silicone. So, but this is back in 2015-ish, and at that time we were already doing. I was printing tissues in college.
Really?
We were printing stem cells at Michigan, and we were growing tissues, growing organs. We were doing
How
all that
slow
stuff.
Wow.
are these printers?
They were slow. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like a 24-hour, 36-hour
Wow,
print.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
And the
Yeah.
hardest part was the stem cells adhering to the actual tissue. It was a whole thing. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure now they're further along. They're doing some great things, but back then it was as a college kid, it was the coolest thing I could ever think of. You know,
I bet. So you went in this as a career after college?
it was originally going to be a career.
Okay.
right? And so I got into it, and then actually, about a year and a half, 2 years into that job, I got a LinkedIn notification from the current owner of Axis, and he was like, "Hey,
I found you.
Are you interested in coming to interview? We want to get into 3D printing. You have this background."
So they weren't into it at the time.
At the time, we were not. We're
Okay.
actually still not really into 3D printing.
I was going to say, I thought you were a milling company.
We are.
Yeah.
And as businesses grow and they change, you pick different. Yeah. So at the time, I was coming in to do the engineering at Axis or to help with the engineering at Axis for the 3D printing, and then I learned milling, and that's when I learned about the dental industry in general. Right?
Okay.
And I'm like, man, there's a lot
Connecting the
going on to
dots.
this.
Yeah.
And I remember my first time walking into a trade show, and my first thought was, all this for teeth?
Do you remember which trade show
Yeah.
it was?
It was LMT Chicago, and then
Oh,
we also
wow,
did
geez.
we also did Midwinter.
Yeah.
Yep, and so
So
and
you were at the biggest one, for crying out loud.
yeah, I mean, Sensodyne had like a 4D roller coaster in the middle of the
Yeah,
trade
I
show
remember.
floor, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And so I had not even thought about teeth. I understand the body, obviously.
Sure.
And then you start learning about the materials. You start learning about the manufacturing side of things. You start learning about the accuracy required and
The customization of
Oh,
every
yeah.
single thing we make. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that was the craziest part. And now when we implement machines and we deliver things, we are almost delivering a custom solution to every single person,
Yeah.
which is super cool.
Yeah.
So when you started there, what was your role?
I was application engineering.
Okay.
So I did, and we were a small team back then, so you do a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
I did tech support, training, development, research. I mean, anything you can think of. I'm pretty sure I swept the floors a few times.
Take the trash out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it happened.
So
Yeah.
did you immediately fall in love with it? I mean, was it an easy transition into dental for you?
Full transparency, no, because what I was doing before was so cool and so unique and so different. And then coming into this, it was a little bit of going from hearts to teeth is a little bit of a different transition.
Makes sense.
I can help you make a molar.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you learn to love the industry through, and the way my analytical brain works, through the processes and complexes that come up, and you're trying to solve solutions, and I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yes.
So then where did you go from that role? So to where you are now?
yeah, so now I am what we call a sales engineer. So I'm kind of a hybrid. Our sales team, it kind of comes through the technical rank, right? And
I like that. Yeah.
that benefits us quite a bit because, like me personally, I was an application engineer for 8 years at Axis, and so if you call me with a problem, most likely I can fix it for you, right? And that's a huge advantage that we offer through our tech team and also our sales team, where we have all these resources that can help and assist. And like we talked about earlier, everything is so customized that you kind of have to be knowledgeable to be able to assist people in what
Big
they're
time.
doing.
Yeah. When did Access start?
Yeah, good question. Probably about approaching 40 years ago now.
40 years.
40?
Yep.
And what
Wow.
they start with? A mill?
No, software actually. So we started in Michigan on the industrial side. So nothing to do with dental.
Okay.
So Michigan is, as you know, one of the manufacturing hubs in the U.S., right?
For automotive and stuff, or just in general?
In general.
Okay.
Mainly automotive is how it started. But
Yeah.
when you get that many machine shops in a small area, I mean, other people utilize the
gonna branch
resources.
out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So anything from automotive to aerospace, medical, you name it. We've assisted with what in dental we call nesting and manufacturing for these industrial components, right?
So
Yeah.
all you did was nesting.
It was a software, and then there was a training aspect for it, there was support aspect for it, there was development aspect for it, and then consulting aspect.
Yeah.
And that was the majority of the business before I came on board. And then in 2008, when kind of the economy took a little bit of a hit, in Michigan we have a saying where when the auto industry sneezes, the whole state catches a flu.
Yeah, that's very true, though.
Interesting.
Seriously.
Yep. And so that happened. And we were looking for different avenues, and somebody said, hey, you guys should look at dental. You know, they're milling in dental. You guys are milling experts. You built your company around supporting milling. You know,
So you
give
got
it
to
a
thank
shot.
that person.
Yeah,
Damn.
right. And so we got into it, and we followed a similar business model where we want to focus on leverage our biggest asset, which is knowledge, right? How can we properly support people? And then how do we build equipment that is industrial grade, that's going to last for a long time, that doesn't require a lot of maintenance, a lot of technical knowledge. You know, you still have to have technical knowledge to run any mechanical equipment, but how do we have it last for a long time and really make the most bang for your buck? And we tested a lot of the main mills that are out there, and quite honestly, a lot of them weren't up to par to what we were used to seeing on these $1 million industrial mills, obviously.
Well, they weren't $1 million.
And,
right?
even like the couple $100,000 industrial mills or something. Like these ones in the dental, they had this, is from my perspective, the idea was you'd buy a mill and then you would replace it in a matter of 2 or 3 years potentially and upgrade it to a new one and then kind of continue that cycle.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to bring something more
Sturdy.
Yes.
Long-term.
Industrial.
Yeah.
And that kind of, just starting from that foundation has led us into where we are now, where now we're here with Saurman, and we are part of their PNP. Are you guys familiar with PNP?
No, what is that?
Plug and play?
Plug and play. Of course
Yeah.
you know.
Well done.
Yeah.
So essentially just the 30,000-foot view. If you want to mill abutments in your lab, you have to have FDA.
Yep. We were just talking to somebody about this a couple weeks
Follow
ago.
the recipe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So smart.
Before, you had to become a validated milling center.
Yep.
It's expensive. It's
Yep.
time-consuming. It's not
Scary.
easy. It's scary.
Yeah.
And now what they did was, okay, if you have all the components of this validated recipe, then you can mill abutments and you're clear.
And you're safe.
You're safe. Right?
Yep.
Terminology is very hard.
Yes.
You can't use the word approved.
Yeah.
I like safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
so
because that's a big worry for the labs. If FDA comes in and you're milling abutments, you better have your together. Excuse
better.
my French.
Yeah.
But that provides that for the labs.
it sure does. It provides a lot of protection.
Yeah.
And so, we came in and our technology is accurate enough to get approval. And so we milled all these abutments and we sent them in and they had to get tested for accuracy, repeatability. And then once they got approval, we were part of their recipe. And now, gosh, I feel like we are the abutment guys now. If anybody wants to mill abutments, they contact us, which is super exciting.
So what was the first mill Access came out with?
Something called a 5X100. It's not even around anymore.
Okay.
It's a VersaMill.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a
So
tabletop
VersaMill
model.
is the name of the mills that Access makes. Okay.
Correct, yeah. Correct. And so we have a number of them, anywhere from if you want a small mill that just does zirconia, like a dry mill, all the way to a large machine that has disc changers, can mill metal. If you want to do bars, full arches, abutments, anything you can think of, we can mill it.
How fast can you mill an abutment in one of your...
Yeah, it's a good question. So I'll give you a range.
Yeah.
Because it obviously depends on size and what quality you want. If you want something just out of the mill fast, a little bit rougher, we can probably get it done in anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
That's sweet.
Realistically, though, if most people want a little bit of quality, so we're anywhere from 15 to 25, depending on the size.
Wow.
So if you get it in 10 minutes, do you just have to do a little more finishing to it?
Yeah. So what I've learned,
technician-wise?
it depends completely on the customer. Because some customers, like some docs like the retention, right? So they like a little bit rougher in the post, right?
Yeah.
So for there, okay, no, don't worry about being super accurate here. Just blow through it as fast as possible, and we'll use the retention. Mm-hmm. And then the subgingival area has to be extremely high quality.
Interesting.
So it's all custom depending on who you're working with.
So did you guys bring the mills here?
No.
What do you bring here?
No, my back's a little sore. We bring the mills to the lab days.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep, that makes more sense
That's
there.
got to be so tough, bringing all that equipment in. Jesus.
Luckily, we have an awesome team.
Yeah.
And so, we get together, we do it. The worst part, peeling back the curtain here a little bit, is waiting for those damn crates.
Yeah, I've heard that. People hours just
It's
waiting
crazy.
for them to show up to
The
pack
show
up their
ends
stuff.
at 5:30. The crates arrive at 9:30.
Yeah.
And then you're, loading everything up, and then you're done for the day.
Yeah. So if you're with Saurman, does that mean a lab would mill with that recipe with your mills? Those are OEM?
So both options are available. You could do OEM Saurman,
Yep.
or you could do their third-party line called Medentica.
Medentica.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And it just depends on like the labs. Like some doctors want everything OEM.
Yeah, sure.
Some doctors don't care. And quite honestly, most patients probably don't even know the difference.
No.
Yeah.
So
No, they don't.
Exactly.
No way.
So it just depends on the market that you're in. If you're looking for OEM, you can do that. If you're looking for third party, something a little bit less expensive, then Medentica is the way to go.
What else do you need with your mills to do the Saurmans?
You just-
exocad, 3Shape.
Yeah, so you need to have some sort of acquisition, so some sort of data acquisition tool, whether it's an intraoral scanner or a desktop scanner.
Yep.
You need to have a design software, whether it's exocad or 3Shape. And then you need to have a nesting software. We're partial to Hyperdent.
Yeah.
We are
We like
too.
Hyperdent.
We do.
Yep.
I think they're a phenomenal software.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that the software in all your mills?
For the most part.
Yeah.
We have options, like every company does, but we push I would say over 90% of our mills.
I was going to say, if no one specifies, they just default to
Yes.
Hyperdent,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
As
Smart.
they
We'll
should.
do what's good
Yes,
for
they
them
should.
because they don't know any better anyway.
yeah.
That's true, though. That is good for them. We just interviewed him, and he was talking about all the updates,
Yep.
and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, Jordan's
software.
awesome.
So, yeah.
But sometimes people have a lab and they're already established with their own software, right? They're established with, and they've already trained all their employees, and they don't want to switch over. And I completely understand that. And so we'll work with you.
How different are they, though?
It's
I
like
can't ask Hyperdent.
it's like
you know.
Windows and Apple.
Okay, so it's similar, but enough to be annoyingly different.
Exactly.
I got
like
you.
exocad and 3Shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
See, okay.
great
That's a good-
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally
I wasn't
get
sure.
it.
I haven't used both of them,
Yep.
so I don't know.
Core technology is the same. It's just about how user friendly is it,
Awesome.
And Jordan will kill me for saying core technology is the same. I'm sure there are differences,
Yeah.
sure
Sure.
across the
Yeah.
board when you get to
Sure.
the nitty gritty, but
Yeah.
from a customer's perspective.
Awesome.
So how often do you
Yeah.
come out with new mills?
Recently,
while?
recently it's been almost every year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't you have to pretty much upgrade?
Yeah, things get faster, cheaper, smaller
Yeah.
in general as
Yeah.
they go.
Yeah.
Like our original 5X100 was close to a $100,000 machine,
And
and
how long ago was this?
10 years ago.
Wow.
And components get faster and cheaper. So you have to get with the times and upgrade them. And now our newest machine has AI integrated into it, which is kind of cool. It's not like ChatGPT. It's not going to build your workout schedule for you.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
will learn your environment, and it will learn the calibrations over time, and it will make sure that you are as accurate and repeatable as possible.
Interesting.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So the
Awesome.
AI helps
That
with
too.
calibration?
Yeah, so it's really just absorbing as much information as it possibly can to essentially try to fix problems before they get there.
Because it knows you do this
Yeah.
every
Repetitive.
time. Interesting.
Exactly. And it knows, okay, if I'm calibrating this fixture and I can understand how how it's supposed to look,
Yeah.
right? And if you do something wrong the next time, I could be smart about
Yeah.
how I approach that.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's fantastic.
What's your most popular mill?
We have probably 2 or 3 popular mills. It depends on if you're a clinician or a lab, I would
Oh,
say.
so you do
Oh,
chair
you
side.
sell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there are so many clinicians now that just want to do in-house milling, right?
Wow.
They want to have their own in-house lab for a multitude of reasons, right? And so typically clinicians want a more versatile mill, hence the VersaMill.
Yeah.
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 And so there's a smaller machine that we offer that's kind of a mid-range spec-wise that can do a little bit of everything. So you want to do some zirconia, you want to do some PMMA, maybe mill 1 bar a month, maybe mill 10 abutments a month.
Which is pretty average. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, they want to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So that's called the AX314. It's a very popular machine with clinicians. With labs, I find that most labs want to isolate a material on a per machine.
Yeah.
And that's a
For sure.
super smart way to do it, in my opinion, because when you cross-contaminate, it just becomes it becomes harder on a workful perspective.
There was nothing worse than the days when we had wet and dry mills and
Yep.
we'd switch between them and just like
Oh, no, thank
such
you.
a headache.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all tried.
Never
though.
again. Yep.
So for the labs, it just depends on if you're trying to mill a soft material what we call zirconia, PMMA.
Yep.
Or if you're milling a harder material like Emax or metal.
Yep.
And so for the smaller ones, we'll usually put them in like a AX400. And then for the larger one, we have a multitude of options, whether or not you want a loader.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is. Thank you for sitting down with us.
You guys, this is my first podcast ever.
Awesome.
You did
guys
great.
made this a great experience. I was nervous before I sat
you're
down.
fine. I love it.
Once you lock into the headphones and you're in their own world, you forget everything else.
Well, thank you for
Yeah, I
talking to us.
appreciate it,
Have a
Tony.
great
No
meeting.
problem. so much,
Thank you
man.
so much. I
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
No, you guys already talked to Daniel. You've got all the story.
Well, that was
I
a
think.
while ago, and people want to hear your perspective of growing up in the story.
Okay.
That's
So here we are.
True.
DLAT 2026. And
Woohoo.
we're joined by Rebekah
Serrago?
Serrago?
Yes.
Serrago.
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 Yes.
You have to say it fast.
Yeah,
Serrago.
Serrago.
That sounds the same speed
Yes,
to me.
it does.
I'm not hearing the difference, though.
So you're with Garland,
I am.
and your father started the company.
He did.
So
Yes.
when he started it, so for years I only thought Garland as the handpiece repair people.
Yes, if it's broken, send it and we'll fix it.
Yes.
Very much.
So, did you grow up knowing about this business? Did you grow up?
Yeah.
having to
Tell me,
hear
because I'm
your
a
dad?
daughter of
You're a daughter of a
a lab owner,
Okay.
and so when I grew up, I was always in there and checking out what he was doing. I'm assuming that was you, possibly.
No, I was, let's see, I was forced labor when he started the company out of our house.
Exactly.
So he would go out and like cold call and canvas and drop, literature off, and I would be the one that folded them.
Oh,
after,
nice. Yeah.
So that was my start, and I had no idea really what any of it was.
But you were the one that got everything ready for your dad, right? Here you go. Can you fold 5,000
5,000 more.
me, please?
Yes, and make sure the lines are straight and nice and crisp. And,
Yes, and I'm not going to pay you anything. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but if I did that, I didn't have to go weed, and so it
that
was
probably better, right?
Oh,
there you go. Yeah,
I would do that
That's a
over
good
weeding any
trade-off.
day.
Yeah.
but yeah, I was 12, I think,
Yeah.
12 when he started, and it was in the house, and we started off in the garage, and then grew a little bit, and it went into the laundry room, and my mom got angry about that 'cause she lost. I mean, you
Kicked him out.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of my
Yep.
laundry room.
Yep, and then finally got out of the house and went from there.
Was
Yeah.
that
cool.
only handpiece repair back in those days?
No, it was larger equipment. He went into, I can't remember the name of the lab. We keep trying to remember who it was, but he started off with dentists. And
fixing dental, right?
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, I remember something.
And so he wandered in. A lab made it onto a list that he had gotten for, clinics. And he's like, this is not what I was expecting. And they loaded up his truck with stuff, and that was it.
But it was all repair.
Fully 100%. Yes.
Yeah, so when he first noticed a dentist and they had like 3 chairs, and then they went into the dental lab and he's like,
What the heck is
there's like
this?
40 handpieces in here.
He liked the big stuff. He's an electronics guy, so he really liked the larger, more complicated things. Yeah.
How did he get into it? I don't recall. I know we've talked to him, but how did he get into it? Do you remember?
Our dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he was he used to sell on merchant marine vessels. He was a radio operator.
I remember
And
this
Yeah,
now.
it's coming
Okay.
back. So
Yeah.
you don't need to talk to me.
No, I
You already
do.
know.
Yes, we do.
He would be gone like 6 months out of the year, 9 months out of the year, and I was becoming a teenager, and my sister was, not long behind me, and we were probably really kids, and my mom
We
was,
all were, trust me.
Yeah.
my mom was like, you need to figure out how you can stay home or I'm gonna lose my mind. So
Yeah.
he was talking to the dentist about it, and the guy was like, these things are always breaking, and that was
That's so
that was
cool.
it. And then he found out that year, dental, clinical equipment repair companies were one of the most popular small businesses that were starting up. So you threw a rock in Dallas and you hit another person trying to do the same thing. So the lab stuff really became a niche. And he also, you've talked to him, Chris. My father does not have the temperament to deal with
people.
dentists.
Yeah.
It takes a special kind of special.
Does. We all know that.
He was
for
like,
sure.
oh, lab people are my people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that.
Same here.
So did
Segued.
he want you to go into the business?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No.
How did you,
this happen?
Yeah.
How did it?
Did you try to go into the business?
No.
You probably said, hell no, I won't go.
This will be interesting because I know what Daniel's side of this is. He's told me.
He actively tried to keep me away.
By the way, Chris Wilson
Chris
has joined the podcast.
Yeah, I've got to say, he just popped in. That was the voice that you heard.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are family friends, or
Chris works with us.
Oh, all right,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He's just a random old guy that sits down at podcasts.
Yeah, no,
and
I've moved.
Yeah,
Okay.
he joined the dark side, right?
Yeah.
Right, I guess. I left
So
the
what
dark
did you
side,
want
one
to
or the
do
other.
with your
Depends.
life?
Yeah.
I really, you know what?
Were you like, hell yeah, handpiece repair?
Absolutely, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
look
can't.
at her face. She's like,
I
yeah,
can't.
that's what it was.
I
that's
don't
not what
have
it was.
that. I don't have that gift to fix things. I had just gotten out of college, and
you went to college for?
I went to college for marketing, and
Okay.
I phoned it in 100%.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
it was, yeah. But at that time, everybody had to go to college, and it was just like force-fed down.
That's
You
what
know,
you
you
did,
graduate, and then you have to go into college, even if you don't know what you want to do. And that was very much me. I took a little bit of time off after college, and then I needed a job, and that was right when the housing market crashed back in like 2008. And
I was going to say 7-8.
yeah.
Yep.
And nobody wanted to hire, no one was going to hire, like a 20-something-year-old that didn't know what they were
phoned it
doing.
in?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a piece of paper.
So one of the ladies in my office, in the office then, was going on maternity leave, and he needed somebody to come in. And he's like, if you want to come in and answer the phones and fold boxes, I'll pay you.
Back to folding.
I was back to
But
full
he
circle.
said he would
Full
pay
circle.
you this time.
I got paid that time.
That's
yeah.
cute.
Yep.
And so you were like, all right.
Yeah, but I liked it. And,
Yeah.
I'd seen them kind of growing the business when I was a kid, and I like kind of piecing together, because all of this equipment was really I didn't know what it was used for. So I like kind of piecing that puzzle together and learning more about it. And then I don't know. I never
and then
left.
You fell in love.
I never
right?
left.
Yep.
I think he would have he tried to kick me out.
Your
a
dad
number
did?
of times. Yeah, because he's like, you should go get a good job somewhere.
Well,
At this point, it was out of the laundry room, right?
The way I hear it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thankfully.
okay.
Yeah.
The way I hear it, though, her dad comes into my office quite a bit now that I work there. And we'll sit down and we'll talk. And this has been something that
God,
Daniel
y'all
and I
talk.
have always done. If you've ever seen the two of us at the end of a show that we're together at, it's like this. She'll get up and walk away after about 5 or 10
Like,
minutes
I'm out, man.
because we'll be there for an hour, and we're usually talking about ovens. Anyway, but he gets up now and he comes into my office and does the same thing.
It's when you close the door.
I know we need to close the door. So he's told me about Russ. I said, how did Rebekah get into this? Because I asked the same question. And he goes, well, she used to do the folding. She used to do, this, that, and the other. She used to help out.
It will be your
but
legacy.
she was so
The
good.
yes.
And she was selling stuff online. And she was making a killing. She would take a picture and she'd sell it
Selling
online.
what?
And she
Oh,
was
I love
really good
that.
at marketing it. And
That's-
he said this about you. Now, how much of it is true?
What were you selling online?
I really liked things I couldn't afford, and so just clothing, shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. This
And
is
she was doing
I will
this,
tell.
and he was really bragging about it to me. He's like, she would take pictures from every different angle. She'd put it up online, and it would sell like this. And she was doing this repeatedly. And so it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you've ever been onto the Garland Dental website, it's there. And a lot of people like it. Now,
All your photographs, different angles. Is that what you mean?
Oh, I would-
of it's,
no, I
a
don't
lot
do
of it's not the same, but I mean, is what I'm describing. Some of it's just the pictures that you get from, say, the manufacturer. Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. But it's an online sales store, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this falls right in with what she'd been doing.
Wow.
And it's done really well because it's laid out so well. It's very logically laid out, I think. People can find things easily on it, and that's what's so impressive. But she's done really well with it, and she's really brought it to where it is now, and brought it up. And I think that shows that she's, really good at marketing online.
So what was the website like when you showed up? Just like a
Well, I want to
AOL?
know, how did you go from handpiece repair to selling things on a
Well,
website?
exactly. And now the selling
is that all
side's
you?
as big, if not bigger, than the handpiece repair side or the equipment repair side, because they don't just repair handpieces. It's ovens, it's induction casting machines, it's steamers, it's handpieces, it's almost any
Pretty
piece of
much
equipment.
everything we use in the lab, sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything. And the sales side, she's grown it to where it's bigger than the repair side.
Well, how'd you do that?
She's good, man.
I understand that.
Well, I can't fix. I wanted to kind of create a place for myself to, stay with the company, and like I said, I don't have the gift to fix.
Yeah.
No,
Me neither.
no, that's not my
I can't
thing.
even put a nail in straight in a wall. So
No, but I just thought we've got a bunch of knowledge. We work with all these manufacturers. Why are we not also selling the parts that we're using? Because there's people that want to fix it themselves.
So that was your
And
brainchild. So not only
I
was
needed
it
something to
marketing,
do,
but
and
it was your idea. But that's brilliant.
I was trying to earn my
Credit
keep.
for it.
But that's great.
Rebekah, it's okay. You were
Yeah.
just
No,
bored.
she doesn't like to take credit for
Yeah.
that.
But that's wonderful. So that was your brainchild.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
All
say,
right.
Just say yes.
So how did you start this process? Just communicating with the people you were already buying parts from to fix things? Is that how it's?
Well, I mean, we work with all the manufacturers that, all the distributors work with. It was just we had it in a more limited scope because we were
Only
just
buying
buying the parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, if somebody was like, well, I need another, whatever this machine is. Okay, well, you got to go buy that from your distributor. I was like, why are we doing this? This is
So there were
silly.
equipment that you wanted to repair, but you had to tell the customer to go buy the part somewhere else because you couldn't?
Oh, no. Like, let's say it wasn't cost effective to repair.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So rather than us saying, well, we can repair it and it's going to cost you $500, but it's $700 and you make that decision, where's
just
your
go
money
buy
better
it, yeah.
spent, then we'd have to refer them off to somewhere else.
Yeah. So you just started selling the product.
Yes.
What do you sell the most of?
God, probably
Tools.
everything, huh?
What?
Milling tools.
Bunch of tools. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of consumables.
How did you
Really?
get into tools? So you expanded, right? So at first it was, I'm going to sell you a part to be able to fix your own equipment.
That is exactly
and then it
Barbara.
morphed into lots
We
of other
did
stuff.
parts, because I was like, parts we know.
Yep.
Got the parts up, and then we just started getting lots of requests for, equipment and consumables, so it was kind of just bit by bit we added to it.
Sweet. That's awesome. And then now so you came in or you were always there?
Well, no, I wasn't always
gets
there.
around.
Back to
I
Chris.
was, Daniel
Sounds
and
like
I
you
were
and her
just friendly.
father are buds, yeah.
And when I left Zubler USA and came to Garland Dental, I discovered, how much they really had. I had seen just a little bit, like everybody else, of
Handpiece repair.
You thought of Garland Dental as handpieces.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, when I saw what was online and I saw the breadth of the product and everything I just said, nobody
"We can
knows this.
sell this."
Nobody has
Yeah.
any idea what they have to offer.
Yeah.
And not only that, everybody complains about having service from their dealer.
Yeah.
And being able, consider this, a repair company that has the breadth or depth of service capability as Garland Dental that knows everything about any product, and then sells it to you and can service it and back it up.
Love it. So how do you let the world know? Other than coming on this podcast.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, that's one way. But, we're trying. We're marketing.
All trade shows,
Yeah, everything we can. We're
marketing.
changing the way we're marketing a little bit. We're trying to energize the social media because they hadn't really done much with social media before I got
Yeah,
on.
that's big nowadays, I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Social media, the website's going to change a little bit, I think, over time. But we're changing some of the products we offer to bring things a little bit more, current. They had a lot of current products. They've been offering a Mon Gerbach for a long time. Takima for a long time. They're a repair center for Takima and a Mon Gerbach. So if you buy either, you can get support for either directly from Garland Dental instead of having to go and find, Takima or going to have to find a Mon Gerbach. They also are a repair center for VHF and Roland and Bago.
How do you get
Jeez.
that? How are you able to do all of that? Do you have to get certified in each of those?
Yeah, all the service technicians, they're trained. They know all of this. But these are guys that are repair technicians already. They're electronic techs. They repair down to the board level. If they can repair a resistor, they will. If they can replace a resistor, they will, versus take the whole module or the board. But, inevitably that's going to have to happen.
Sure.
The other way around it is as far as advertising it, is YouTube and maybe videos and things like this, but ultimately getting the word out is going to take time.
Yeah.
You know, it's about changing perspective when you think of Garland Dental, not just thinking of handpiece repair, but thinking about why, you know, what they do. If you need a new mill, Garland Dental. If you need a new oven, Garland Dental. If you need a new anything, we got 3 different brands of zirconia, 5 different brands of resin.
That you manufacture, or
No, that we sell.
Oh,
So we've got Keystone, Pacdent, Dreva. What's the other ones for resin?
So you guys do everything,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Is your father still involved? May I ask?
Yeah, very much. He likes doing he still likes his repairs.
Yeah.
He
My dad was
really
a dye
likes the
trimmer,
mills.
and he just kept dye trimming. It was like the company was here, but he just did what he loved.
That was his
Yeah.
happy place. He likes the
he's-
mills.
That's so cool. So he's still there.
No,
right?
he's
Yep.
always out of town. He's always doing a PM on some mill. Yeah.
So he travels to repair.
Oh, yeah.
Also?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So if you
I
have
bet you that's a hell of a lot easier than shipping a mill across the country.
depends on the repair.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think. I mean,
well, we do PM. So if you've got a PM on a milling machine, he'll travel
okay,
out there.
slow down there, boy. PM? What's that?
Preventative maintenance.
Like I was supposed to know what that is.
Sorry.
He was like, whoa. I was trying to think of it, but okay. So what does that mean, preventative maintenance? So do you guys
Get
Well,
in there and
service the
It's like
machines
going to
and have
take
like
care of your car.
contracts?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
if you
rotate them tires, man.
Yeah, there you go. Change the oil. You know, make sure that
Is there
everything's
oil
taken
in
care
a
of.
mill? That
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
think
I was
so.
referring to the car like
I
you were.
understand that, but I don't know.
He's the creator
Yeah.
of this podcast for crying
Yeah.
out
Well,
loud.
no, that's a Daniel question. Ask me about ovens.
Just
You know,
messing with you.
but
Is there oil in ovens?
no, there's no oil in ovens. But you do have to run a regeneration cycle from time to time.
Oh, what
And
now?
calibrate.
Uh-huh.
Keep up on
Well,
your
not
PMs.
always. That term is thrown around way too loosely in this industry. That's a whole other discussion. Yeah. But no, and preventative maintenance, I mean, there's things you've got to do. You've got to update the software from time to time, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got
Yeah.
to take care of the axes. You've got to take care of the spindles. You've got to take care of the tool holders.
And you do all this when you sell a machine? Is it like part of the package? Like if you
Yeah.
buy this from us, we're going to keep up on this PM?
Well, the PM can be done
Hear that?
at a
Yeah.
cost, or it can be done as part of the, package. There's different ways to do it. But ultimately, a PM is preventative maintenance. So it may be something that you have to pay for later on down the road. It doesn't necessarily, it's preventative maintenance. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're repairing it. It means that you're keeping from having to repair it later.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
How many repair people do you have out in the belts?
We have 5.
5. And
That's
between
huge.
travel
Dallas
out?
and Florida. Yeah,
where in
Yeah.
Florida?
Tampa.
Oh,
That's where I'm from.
I think Mark's been over there.
I bet.
Maybe,
Yeah. Night
possibly.
Dental. So yeah, we're right in Oldsmar. So
Okay.
we've got
Oh.
a ton of mills.
We're
So you
looking
already
up-
knew all of this.
No. I'm at the bench, right?
You're
so
at
I'm
the
making
bench with
teeth
the-
like
yeah.
this all day.
All right.
so
okay.
it doesn't matter where someone purchased this equipment. They
Nope.
call Garland, says, I want one of these 5 people to show up and fix it.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what it is? I mean, obviously. it's-
We would not travel to go fix a steamer.
Yeah.
Or something small. I
Yeah.
mean,
What if we paid for it?
if you want to pay and the person wants to
Well, that's just silly.
yeah.
It'd be cheaper to ship a steamer than pay
Yeah,
$1,000
for
for first
sure.
class flight.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
But like I'm saying, I mean, it doesn't matter what mill. You'll come out and fix anything?
Not any mill.
Not
No.
any mill. No.
No,
Only
as
with
long
ones
as
that you're certified
trained
to
on.
repair.
Just the one.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, if it's a VHF, a Roland, or a Mongerbach, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If there are other ones that he's willing to tackle, we'll look at it, But it's got to be serviceable, and we've got to have the ability to service it. Usually when you go to do preventative maintenance on a milling machine, he'll have the software. There will be certain things that he knows and how to test a spindle, how to test and how to calibrate the machine itself, how to make sure everything's within spec.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know this. So I would say that there's only a few machines, and obviously the ones we're certified on. Now, he got VHF certification last year, and he's had Roland certification and obviously a Mongerbach certification for quite a while.
So with all the new mills that come out, you have to get recertified. So if
Well, they have
another
to
mill
they have
comes
to get
out, you've got to
updates,
go
yeah.
back and you've got to figure
Mostly
out what the difference is.
Mostly the software is pretty similar, But
So it's just the ins and
yeah,
outs.
it's
but
a
they're
matter
all
of
kinda-
updating.
What's slightly different?
Yeah. That's what I was
So
thinking.
you want to make sure that you have relevant information, but mostly
Awesome.
it's very similar from what I understand. I never have to deal with them. I mean, like I said, ovens are my thing. So, and they're
you
much
guys
more
have
simple.
specialties.
You go out and repair ovens.
No, I don't repair ovens.
Oh. Just talk
Actually,
Basically.
yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. And the person that does repair ovens, I asked him if he wanted help on Zubler ovens or Memvod ovens, and he looked at me and said, "No, go away." I said, "Okay, no problem.
Yeah, nice.
You take care of it." And he has. He can do pretty much any oven now. As far as parts go or anything like that, we've been able to come by parts in different ways for different ovens, but we can pretty much get a hold of any part we need at this point for any
Fantastic.
oven. And he's been able to fix pretty much everything
pretty awesome.
very easily.
I bet it keeps him young too, right?
Yeah,
His
well,
brain
he's
just
really
keeps going.
quick, man. He's smart. It's amazing. I mean, I see the ovens that come through, and I'm going, "You can't fix that. There's no way."
And
The
It's way
hell
too
I
old.
can't.
And he'll
I'll
fix
figure it out right
Challenge
now.
accepted.
How often do you go in to do a repair and you have to be like, it's unfixable? Does that happen?
Well, it's only a matter of dollars, I think. You know, if is it
Everything is fixable?
not everything. I mean, if you can't get the parts anymore, like
Yeah.
with the old
Like
Pro
my
100s.
Jalenko.
Yeah,
I
your
still
Jal-
have a Jalenko.
Well, there you
Jalenko
go.
what?
It's a blue Commodore.
Commodores. I
Yeah.
haven't seen those in ages. The baby blue.
I still have that goddamn oven.
If,
Okay.
And I
if,
still use it, and it still works really well.
if
That's-
it's
And
not
everybody
available,
makes fun of me, but
Is
I
it the
love
one
it.
with the keypad?
Yeah.
With the, okay. All right.
Like it
I
has
also-
physical buttons?
I also
Yes.
have a
Yeah,
clam.
yeah.
I mean, I've got an updated oven, but that oven, it's my baby.
no, yeah, you can't fix those anymore. But I mean, how old is that oven?
It's probably 30 years old.
Okay, come on.
Easily. I know.
By the time you've fixed it, how many times you've paid for
But
a new
you
oven
really
anyway?
like that oven.
I have never fixed that oven. Isn't
Really?
that crazy? Yes.
Yeah, no, it's not actually. They used to be
That's a
built a lot.
badass
And we've
oven.
seen
They
your
were a lot
shades.
more
No,
simple,
I'm just
okay? But the
Yeah.
electronics were a lot
But yeah,
more
when it
simple.
goes, it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were a lot more simple, and they were a lot easier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
cars.
Hope I didn't
same
jinx
thing.
it.
Yeah,
So-
no, it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what is your role now, Rebekah?
Yeah.
What is your title?
I've on paper
CEO.
CEO.
CEO. Nice.
She won't say it.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
Oh.
Your dad.
I think when
my
the
dad did
decision
it.
was made, I needed to actually be called something. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're a visionary, obviously, which you need to do to be a CEO. You've got to have vision, plans. Sounds like that's right up your
I
alley.
just, I saw a company that I thought could really, grow, and I wanted my dad to keep. With the equipment that you guys use now, a lot of our bread and butter has gone away in
Sure.
terms
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
So we wanted to keep our people employed. I wanted the company to have longevity, and it made sense to kind of expand.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
Thank
What's
you for
the
your
website?
story. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
www.garlanddental.com.
GarlandDental.com.
2 Ds in the middle.
Keep growing. Keep kicking
That
ass.
is kind of annoying when that happens, doesn't it? Not that it's annoying for you, but every website that does that, you're like, Garland.
Is there one D? Yeah, 2 Ds. 2 Ds in the middle.
I love
Well,
it.
thank you guys.
Thank you,
I love
Rebekah,
it.
Chris,
Yep,
as
great
always.
to meet
Thank you so much.
Absolutely,
y'all.
guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Sorry.
Here we are.
It's late. I get a little looser.
All right,
let's
here
do
we
it.
are, DLAT. We have a gentleman. Where did I meet you? Chicago and Vegas?
Not Vegas for me.
You're
no.
not in Las Vegas?
No.
Okay, so it was
No,
just
not this one.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, and you're with Relu?
Relu, yes.
Relu, I'm saying this right.
Absolutely.
What's
Hopefully.
the BV stand for?
That's like LLC, but from Belgium.
Oh. All right.
well.
Something we just
Yeah.
learned.
Relu,
Hey, there you go.
BV.
Yeah.
Copyright pending. And your name? Antone?
My name is Antoine Coppens.
Antoine.
That's a French
Coppens.
name. That's why it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Don Coppens.
He's not going to pronounce
No,
it right when this
I get
goes
terrible
live,
with
I'll tell
names,
you
and I
right-
just roll
right
with
now.
it. So give us your story. How did you end up with Relu BV?
So no, we were still 4 students actually back in university, 4 engineers.
Okay.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, exactly. So all friends there. We actually went on like exchange program abroad together. That's where we became friends.
Really?
And so
So there's 4 of you.
4 of us.
Okay.
Is this like Big Bang Theory kind of nerdness kind of hanging
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely. We're a bunch of nerds. Just a bunch of nerds. And then, I mean, honestly, after quite a few chats, quite a few beers, we were like, hey, we're all super interested in AI. Let's do something with that. And we honestly started with a technology where we wanted to make sure that, you know, in Europe, like when you have a movie in English, like with Brad Pitt, imagine.
Yeah.
Like they will make him speak French, right?
Oh, dubbed.
Right.
Horribly.
Dubbed. And so
Horribly.
and we're like, man, that is horrible. Like, why don't we make it seem as if Brad Pitt is actually speaking French? Then at least these things are synced up.
Yeah.
And but then honestly, after a few weeks, we're like, man, what about copyright? Like, will Brad Pitt kill us if we do this? Like, how angry will he get with us? Like, I mean, honestly, it wasn't a good
Sounds
idea.
like you were high, personally.
I'm not
I'm just
denying
joking.
or...
That's kind of the thought process behind this.
Plus,
Okay.
you put a whole industry out of business.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
there's people that all they do is dub, I think. Yeah.
And we didn't, right? We didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, again, like the copyright stuff. And plus, it's also one of those things, you know, like the uncanny valley concept.
Yes.
Where, like, if it doesn't look perfect, people will get really freaked out. And so we're like, unless it's perfect, people will not anyway adopt this technology or use it. So we just started doing like random AI projects. Like we were detecting with cameras like dead chickens. We were counting microbial colonies on a petri dish. And then the University of Leuven, which is our university where we studied, and it was like, hey, do you guys want to detect whether or not the wisdom teeth are going to erupt on a panoramic radiograph?
I was going to ask how you guys got into teeth. Really? The
That's
university asked
the
you
university.
guys that?
And the reason of that is because the professor who was asking us is the mother of one of our co-founders.
Wow.
That's how it all
no
ties together.
doubt.
So
Yeah.
AI can tell you if the tooth is going to or not?
Going to. So actually, it was a very simple concept, right? Like don't overthink it too much. It was rather, we were looking at the angles of the third molar versus the
And how
second
they
molar. If the angle was, if they were quite parallel, it will erupt.
Okay.
If it was more like perpendicular.
You're in
like
trouble.
Something
It
that
wouldn't
you
erupt.
could easily see with human eyes, but AI was doing thousands of them at
Exactly.
once.
And when you're doing like academic studies, you want to process a lot of files to get insights from that data very quickly. And so they presented that in a conference in Philadelphia. And like a Japanese CBCT manufacturer was in that room. And so they were like, wow, that's cool. Could we do that for CBCT? And so they walked up to us and said like, hey, I walked up. We weren't there. They came to Belgium. They flew over.
Really?
And they said, hey, this would be really cool. We want you guys to not do this only on the 2D panoramic radiographs, but also on CBCT. And I went, okay, fine. If we can keep the intellectual property of this, then we'll do it. I said, like, yeah, sure, that's fine, as long as you sell it to us. And yeah, we never looked back. We ditched all the other projects. And we created it, and we just went all into dentistry.
So it was still detecting wisdom teeth on CT scans, or were you looking for more?
For more. That's a good question, yeah. So we started also then with segmentic teeth, right? But then also the mandible, the skull, the sinuses, the mandibular canals. And we started selling that technology also to other companies like Planmeca or Ray, or a lot of the other CBCT manufacturers, but also to the robotic surgery companies who also needed CBCT. Also to aligner manufacturers, because like Invisalign also launched their CBCT segmentation technology inside of the ClinCheck 6.0 software. And so now all the other software are like,
what
hey,
about
we
surgical guide companies? Did you work for them?
Probably.
Absolutely.
Because I do a lot of surgical guides, and 10 years ago, it took me hours to align the model with the CT scan and find the nerves. Now I'm like, click, doing it automatic. Yeah. It's just like, did you do all that? Or?
So that's a full circle moment here, because now you're asking, we just got the FDA clearance for fully automatic surgical guide creation.
Wow.
Today. We got the email today. Yeah, thank you.
That's fantastic.
So AI is placing implants?
Placing implants, placing abutments.
Now I'm going to be out of work.
Designing the crown, designing the guide, all in one click. You just start from the raw CBC intraoral scans. But of course, important for us always, you can adjust everything. Like you're still in full control.
Sure.
Because AI is not perfect. I think it will be very hard for it to ever fully be perfect. So you'll always be checking and controlling and making sure like you can focus on your clinical knowledge.
I love just it lining up the iOS scan to the CT. Don't have to do that. It segments the bone. Don't have to do that.
Totally.
I mean, it just saves so much time.
Right.
So let's segue, though, into, what is your name, Christian?
Christian, yes.
Christian Saurman?
Saurman.
Saurman?
Saurman.
Yeah.
Saurman. Yeah.
So you guys work together, or you're using his software, the
I am,
company's
yeah.
software?
My story is not as robustly unique as his.
You weren't an engineer in Belgium?
Nope,
back in the
not
day?
me.
No?
Not
But
me.
you're a lab owner.
I am a lab owner, yeah. I'm
So
an
that's
orthodontic
pretty
lab
awesome.
owner.
Oh,
Really?
orthodontist.
Yeah. So I do only orthodontics and pediatric dentistry.
Sweet.
Where at?
We're just north of Boston, Andover, Massachusetts.
Okay, what's the name of the lab?
New England Orthodontic Lab,
No,
NEOLab.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Lab. Love it.
So, quick story there is my father started the lab in '76, so we just are celebrating 50 years.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So that's fun for us.
insane. Yeah.
He's
So
since
you
retired.
were a
but-
lab rat?
Yeah.
When you
that's-
were
yeah, I
growing
have
up,
three
you
sisters,
hung out
so
in the
my dad and I
lab?
went to the lab a lot. I
Yeah.
was always hanging out.
Yep.
So fast forward to where we are today, it's grown quite a bit, and so we built a lab management software that to run our lab, which was our differentiator for a long period of time.
You ran your own. You
I
built your own.
I built my own. Yeah.
Why didn't you
So
just
you
get
are
one?
kind of a similar being.
Well,
So you
I
get
went to school
that.
for computer information,
Yeah.
so
There
you go.
computer science degree. So yeah,
Exactly.
there's not quite as much of a nerd as he is. Yeah, no. We're
I'll take it as a
two
compliment.
nerds.
It
Yes,
is
you
a
should.
compliment.
Nerds rule the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
So why did you build your own LMS? Why didn't you just go out and get one of the
Well, we
handful? Of
had
other-
our own. Well, we used an out-of-box
they all-
solution for
Yeah.
a long. Yeah, well, that's what the problem
Yeah.
was. They're not great, and nobody's ever come to your booth or anybody's booth to say, "I love my LMS."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You are correct.
So I struggled with a lot of things with the LMS that I was using, and it was just not keeping up with the times of
Interesting.
digital.
Yeah.
So I built my own. So,
Hey, man.
So
would've
you
done
gave
right.
yourself everything you needed.
I did.
Smart.
Yeah. So early 2017 was when that was done, and then we went live 2019 and been using it ever since. So we've processed over 1.5 million cases through it.
That's spectacular. Are you selling it, or do you just keep it for you?
Yeah, so that's kind of where the story evolves, right?
Yeah.
For a long time, it was just for me, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was our differentiator. And just recently, we've decided that it's time to share it with the industry. And I think I might even be a little too late because there's so many people that dislike their LMS systems right now.
Correct.
And doctor portals. So this is kind of an all-inclusive one. And that's how we've teamed up with Relu is to be able to accept these digital files in prescriptions and basically push them through the LMS with a click of a button, right?
So explain to me how that works. Like, dumb it down for
Okay,
me.
so Doctor Portal fills out. So our Doctor Portal, the way it's set up is, as you click through a prescription, it's a very guided way to. So we're not just accepting chaos into our labs.
They have to use your system to send in a case.
100%.
That's amazing, and I wish I could do that.
100%. So that's the pinnacle point of this system working correctly.
Yeah.
Today, a lot of dental labs just allow this chaos into their lab every
yes.
single day.
Nuts.
They're literally trying to catch it from every angle. What we're going to do is, or what we do is give a single pane of glass. So they fill out on their Doctor Portal. They're able to choose what they'd like. Every time they choose something, it auto maps back to an invoice. So it's an invoiced product. So when it gets submitted into the system, it's already invoiced. Everything's already done. So we're accepting it in.
Interesting.
We're giving it a home base, a pan.
Yep.
Okay, physical pan. We're printing a work ticket. Everything's barcoded through. There's an audit trail for everything that's happened in the system. But essentially what we do is we take this prescription in. We web scrape that portal that it came from. Let's say it's an iTero. We go up, we grab the STL files, we bring it down, we give it a competency rating saying, hey, this is 99% certain that this is the right case.
What's the lowest percentage you've ever seen come in?
Well, 0. Yeah.
This is 1%.
Fail.
To be honest, what we do is we accept anything over 80%. Because
That's fair.
there's so many misspellings and things that are happening. So, and some of that stuff we'll hopefully be able to clean up with AI technology in the future. But so what we do is we have a prescription. We know what type of appliance is being requested. We have an STL file, and we are literally pushing it through an AI process.
Wow.
So we're putting a base on it. We're removing brackets. We're creating, a splint, or we're ditching for molar bands, or we're creating a 3D printed framework.
Is this before any technician has seen it?
Correct. Yeah. So this is something that we're getting it to the point where The only time a technician or a person, not even a technician at this point, is going to see this is to give it a home base, a PAN number. After that, we're going to push it through whatever channel it might be from an AI standpoint. And hopefully the next time somebody sees this, the model's physically printed and on their desk, or a design is done that can then either be quality controlled if you'd like, or it can be pushed through direct to print.
So the reason that AI knows what to do is by what the doctor has selected.
Yeah.
What happens to the 20%? Like if it doesn't reach that 80% threshold?
We will
on his desk.
Typically, so there's the communication portal here too. So we'll pause that case. It'll communicate back to the office and it'll say there's something wrong here. The scan doesn't look good. We didn't receive your scan, or your scan is over 30 days old. So so
that's all automatic?
It's all automatic.
So if it doesn't hit the threshold, it goes back.
Correct.
And it's automatically lets them know?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to take all these repeatable steps that are happening within our labs that can be systematically approached and build them into the system for automation.
Wow.
Along with AI processes.
So that's where ReLU?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How does that
Why is it called
overlap?
ReLU?
So, ReLU, funny story is, what it is, first of all, is a rectified linear unit. Again, that's the nerd.
There you go.
Nerd thing.
That's why.
Super nerdy. That's a mathematical function.
See, he's nerdier than me.
Right.
Yeah,
but,
very much.
The short story is, we actually made a AI to try and predict our name for the company.
What?
And we trained it on all the companies of the NASDAQ.
And that's what it
And actually then we didn't like any of the names the AI generated. But when you're making a neural network, when you're coding the neural network, you type the word ReLU many, many times because you use that mathematical function all the time. So whatever, let's just call it ReLU.
It makes sense, though. Okay. I like it.
But what ReLU does in the context of what Christian is saying is that when he's saying we automatically make that model from that raw intraoral scan, or we make those molar ditches, or we make that framework, or we make that night guard, or in our case also we make that crown or that bridge or that custom tray, we're automatically designing all of those things, and then we'll make sure that it gets printed or that it gets QA'd in Christian's system.
So you guys QA everything, or do some of it just go?
Some of it goes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. There's still stuff that we want touch points on, but a lot of it, the ideal workflow is to let it go.
But you can pick and choose what you want to check and what you don't.
Absolutely.
And what just goes.
Yeah.
And it learns and it learns and it learns.
Yeah, how did
so
it
gets
learn
better.
what you like and didn't like?
Yeah.
Obviously, the first time, maybe it was right out of the gate great, but I'm sure the first time was a little,
Yep.
I want this instead.
Yep.
How do you tell it that?
That's the feedback that goes back to the team, and we let them and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe that this is open AI at this point. Right? Because we don't want to feed it data that doesn't make sense, right? Yeah. So it's going to go rogue, right? So what I want in my lab might be different than what Jimmy wants in his lab,
course.
right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
So I think it's correct me if I'm wrong. It's learning on what we would like. So the feedback that we're giving it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is awesome.
But that feedback is typically comes in words, right? In qualitative feedback. Then he might say, or imagine a crown workflow, right? You might say, hey, I don't like the way you guys are tracing the margin line. Then it's our job to go say, okay, let's go collect a lot of really good margin lines, get it through our labeling team, make sure they are really quality checking every single margin line, and then feed it to the AI to retrain the model that predicts that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it would be, what we don't try to do is say, hey, let's just take any margin line because somebody adjusted it, for example, because we don't know how much time they spend getting that perfect margin line, because people are just under time pressure in their day-to-day job, and they might not spend the time to just get that finesse in. And so that's why we spend a lot of time making sure that we might spend 15 minutes on a margin line just to get it perfect and then get it in our data set.
Mm-hmm. But then you're done.
Then
for
you're
a
done.
while,
Right.
You've made it better.
Then you make it better.
Yep.
And then when that feedback comes in again, there's okay, maybe we still have to improve further, and then we'll train more, get more data and retrain.
Do you care about margin lines?
Not
Probably
me.
not.
Yeah.
Ortho.
Yeah.
Trying to
You're not missing
a lot of people's language.
What's the hardest thing for AI in dental?
It's
to grasp, to learn, and to get good at.
It's the personal preference of labs.
Yeah.
So it'd be easier if we all just kind of
got along.
Decided what was a good-looking thing.
Yeah. That'll never happen.
Yeah. Right. And I think that's what AI is not doing today. And I think that is what AI will be doing in the future.
Yeah.
Where we can get to a point where instead of Now it's more like you're sending it to a design lab almost. Like we have how we design the crown, and we'll give you that crown, for example, or that framework. But I think what we'll be moving towards in the future, it's more about, hey, give us the last 1,000 crowns you made. We'll train a model for you so it looks like your crowns. And that's also something that we can work on together, so that the dentist who's used and who chose you for your shape
for our
and
signature,
for your intellectual property, if you will, that signature actually is also inside of the AI itself.
Yeah, we're going to need that, because soon we're all going to be doing the exact same AI thing.
Right, and you don't want that.
No. You don't want that. We don't want them all to look
Well, I'm excited. So even in RX Wizard, the software, our lab management software, we can bury in doctor preferences. So based on the certain office that's sending us work, and then hopefully
AI knows to read that?
AI can read the preference that we have and deliver the product based on the preference of that office.
That is huge.
Exactly.
I mean, with bite guards alone, I mean, everyone's got
absolutely
That's correct. So if all of that information is in the LMS and we're plugging through API.
Is that happening now, or
that was not happening yet, but it is definitely something. We're not launching our LMS until January 2027, so it's a big build for us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the way it does work now is that when you're making, for example, a night guard in our software, there's like 100 parameters that you can set to really dial it in.
Yeah.
And so that might be, every lab will anyway kind of use their own preferences. So with those 100 parameters, you can in theory make 1 million different splints and more. And so you're going to choose, I want to have this type of night guard with my parameters, but you might make like 4 or 5 presets, because that's kind of the variability of night guards that you're making. So then
you can choose
Then
one
you can
of
choose
those.
which one, depending on maybe the dentist that you're serving.
Yep.
But you're not going to use that system if it becomes 100 different potential outcomes.
Right.
That's where then you're really going to need AI and learn on what did the dentist want last time, what was their feedback on this, and actually remember and use it in the next one.
Awesome.
So does Relu work with all lab management software? I mean,
we are not automatically integrated with all lab management software. It's still often a process of either you're going to grab the files and you're going to put them in our web portal to process, or we work with a system where you'd say, whatever file you drop in this folder on your computer, we'll come grab it and we'll process it with that preset that you chose, and then we'll put it in that folder that you chose, which might be your printer folder.
Yeah. Which is pretty seamless too. That's awesome.
I guess so, yeah, for sure. And if you don't do that, then you can also get to a point where if you don't have that seamless workflow, people will also complain like, look, I'm spending more time dragging and dropping files and downloading them again than I'm actually saving with this AI. So the seamless workflow part is super crucial to what we do here.
Big time.
But anybody, no matter what system they're using, can go to your website and have STLs and say, I want this AI design, and drop files in there.
Totally.
And then how long does it take? 5 seconds?
5 seconds would be awesome. Maybe one day. More like 2 to 5 minutes.
Sweet.
2 to 5 minutes? Who's got
That's
that
awesome.
kind of That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I think it's also what also is just interesting to look at it is like you can also just upload 100 files at once, and that also takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you're just spinning up a lot of servers in parallel,
go.
and then they'll process them.
Sweet.
Who's using it more? Large labs, small labs doing their overflow?
So right now, like the majority of users we have are large labs.
Really? Okay.
And the reason for that is because AI just is in a stage where it's not, it will be pretty good, but it's not going to be perfect. And small labs just don't have the time or the employees
have the volume either,
that dedicate time.
Yeah.
Like the big labs, they have like somebody who's responsible to implement this into the lab. The smaller labs are like, man, if I'm losing 5 minutes of my day, like I don't have time for this. Like this has to work perfectly out of the box.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to wait until it's perfect. And so the bigger ones have a bit more wiggle room, let's say, to sometimes if it doesn't work sometimes, to write that feedback, to tell us so that we keep improving.
Yep.
And so,
great point.
Yeah.
Are more people looking at the designs or going straight to manufacturing?
So models, almost all of them are going straight to manufacturing.
I can see that.
Yeah. And they'll just look at it on the printer. Or they'll see it afterwards.
Yeah.
Because that you get to a point where it's, let's say, 99.9% accurate, and then it's almost more affordable and more efficient to just find the mistake when it's even printed already, rather than having somebody look at those 10,000 files and then find that one mistake.
Sure.
But then when you look at night guards, crowns, people are always checking. People are always maybe fine-tuning a little bit. It's not to a stage yet where people are, I'm going to fully trust it. but it is to a stage where you can save a lot of time per case, particularly in a world where there's not that many people that know how to design night guards. So if you really want to scale up, like, it can be just interesting to have this one person being able to do way more cases instead of always having to start from scratch over and over and over again. It's rather like, look at this design, this proposal, and just spend maybe 2 minutes with it instead of 20 minutes with it.
Yep.
Just to put your clinical knowledge and your fine-tuning to get it to the perfect state you like in your lab.
Wow.
I love it.
Awesome.
How much has it helped your lab? I mean,
oh my goodness.
At what point,
Huge.
what were you doing before you introduced Relu in?
We were doing everything manually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I built out
Designing
a lab.
and everything?
Yeah.
So you were able to just move people around a little bit.
You reallocate
add this.
resources.
Yes,
yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
This is really complements our staff and what we do. But we built out a department 8 years ago that would hold 45 people in our digital department. There's 5 people in that department now.
So you maximize everything.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. And so you reallocate those people, you reallocate the space, and AI has helped us grow tremendously. Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you guys use AI and everything else in your life too? I bet you do. Don't you?
He definitely does.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow to adapt
Yeah.
to all those other features right now, but it is a pretty cool helper tool.
Well, here's
for
my
us.
suggestion for Relu. When we have that bad scan come in, I want to write an angry letter and then have AI clean it up
and
make it sound
nice.
good.
Oh, yeah.
And then send it to the doctor about how they're.
And we could even personalize that for the doctor, how angry you want it to sound.
Oh, well, depends on the day.
No, for sure. I think you're touching on an interesting point where also it's the CAD side, we see it more on like after the LMS side. I think what Christian is also talking about is like before, when you get the order, that you can really score the scan, like how good is this? And then maybe make a little report on it and say, hey, I want to be very kind here, but have you seen that you just kind of didn't
You
really
missed
prep
this
this case? You
read.
missed
I want
this
to type
part.
this sucks, but I wanted to say you might consider next time.
Right. And exactly. And then here's a picture on what you might be
What
wanting
you
to do
could do
better.
better.
Yeah.
But I think the other component of AI is also doctors don't always have the ability to bring back that patient, or they don't always want to bring back that patient to rescan.
Of course not.
Oh, no.
And so I think AI is there also then to say, hey, but if you can, we'll have AI fix it. Like, we'll fix the holes for you. We'll clean the prep for you. We'll remove the blood or remove the saliva from it. And we'll do all those things to get a super clean case to then get a clean design. Because if you don't have that clean case on the input, your design is going to suffer from that anyway.
Why aren't we doing this AI scan check on the dentist side? You know what I'm saying? So the dentist scans, waits 2 to 5 minutes.
They should
thumbs
be.
up or
Such a good
thumbs
question.
down.
They
I mean,
should
I feel like
be.
it's
And then
really
they don't
the
even
response-
send it to us until they get a thumbs up.
It should be Itro, Treeshape, Medit, those guys doing this, but they just haven't.
Nope.
Yeah.
So that's where you get to a point where you're just like, everybody's asking us, let's just build it
It would be
until
so much
they solve
easier
it.
if they did,
Yeah.
though.
Be selling it to
Yeah,
them, man.
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're working on something.
Get on it, nerds.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, thank
thanks
you.
so much,
Right,
gentlemen.
right.
We
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you
Thanks
for
for
stopping
the
by.
Thanks for having us.
stuff.
We closed the house down.
Yeah.
Sure
Yeah,
did.
let's
Lights
go.
are off.
Here.
It's time to go home.
Yeah, it's time to go to the bar.
Go find everybody at the bar. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
So huge thanks to Tony, Rebekah, Chris, Antoine, and Christians for sitting down with us at the DLAT conference. I tell you what, it was great to learn about the advances that Axis is making even after 40 years in the business. We are super proud of what Rebekah and Chris have done with Garland Dental Services, and will ensure to be around for many, many years to come. There's a lot to talk about in AI in our industry right now, and it's good to hear from Antoine. He's got a new perspective, and Christian that is putting it into practical use. Thanks again, guys.
Awesome conversations.
Yeah.
We always love doing it live.
No doubt.
All right, everybody. That's all we got for you. And of course, we'll talk to you next week.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye. Automate repetitive repeat. Blah, blah, blah. The views and opinions expressed on the Voices from the Bench podcast are those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the host or Voices from the Bench, LLC.